Vikings, let's win this game.
A lot of eyes will be on J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings Saturday. McCarthy missed his entire rookie season, now takes over a Vikings team that won 14 games last year. His teammate, Justin Jefferson, sat down with Lindsey Theory to discuss the quarterback change.
And it is caught! Touchdown! Let's go! A 97-yard touchdown from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson!
How do you hit that reset button when you and Sam Darnold had a lot of success together, and then there's a change made, and now there is JJ, who has a lot of accolades coming in, but he's a new quarterback for you?
Yeah, it's a tough reset button, but you got to push it. It's something that I had to do with Kirk, transitioning to Sam, and the same thing from Sam to JJ. You just got to embrace it, because it is going to be a challenge, being with a new person. They're learning your moves, you're learning theirs.
To the end zone! Touchdown!
What can you do to help JJ's job be easier as he makes that transition?
Catch the ball. Whenever it comes, catch it. That's the confidence booster for him. He's still new to the system. This is his first real year playing with us. So it's just all about, just staying in his ear, making sure that he still has that confidence to go out there and sling the rock like he can.
It's like that 4th and 18. Just throw it up, you'll go get it.
And I will go get it.
He caught it on the grab!
Jefferson's quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, in kind of rare company. He's just the 4th quarterback taken in the top 10 who didn't start a game in his rookie season since 1990. None of those guys had winning seasons in year 2, but McCarthy joins one of the best offensive situations in the league.
You're a diehard Minnesota Vikings fan, so you're used to cheering for a stellar offensive lineup with Justin Jefferson leading the charge. But what happens when Terry McLaurin, the Washington Commanders star, pops up in a spicy trade rumor? The curiosity is electric. Could this move supercharge our attack even more? McLaurin, known for his 2 Pro Bowl nods and a second-team All-Pro selection, seems like a tempting addition. But here's the cold, hard football truth. While this trade looks juicy on paper, the logistical hurdles make it a tough puzzle to solve. Andrew Harbaugh from Vikings Wire breaks down the complexity of this deal, pointing out that despite Jefferson's temporary injury, the team has Jordan Addison as a prime candidate, making McLaurin more of an expensive luxury than a true necessity. Can you picture McLaurin here? Maybe, but it's unlikely, Harbaugh wrote. So we've got to ask ourselves, does a move like this justify the mountain of cash we'd have to fork over? Sure, the guy hauled in 82 catches for 1,096 yards and scored 13 touchdowns in the 2024 regular season, marking his 5th straight year with over 1,000 yards. But the raw truth is McLaurin's chasing a massive payday in the final year of his 3-year contract extension, worth $69.6 million. Here's the strategic breakdown. We've also got Jefferson dealing with preseason issues and Addison facing a possible suspension. Still, Addison's already shown his worth. A trade for McLaurin would take a contract extension for him off the table, especially since Jefferson's already locked into a 4-year deal worth $140 million. Even with Pro Bowl talents like Aaron Jones and T.J. Hawkinson plus solid depth at other spots, the Vikings' salary cap looms like a dark cloud, as O'Connell knows all too well. McLaurin, while a theoretical game-changer, feels like a costly indulgence at this stage. ESPN highlights the clear disconnect in negotiations between McLaurin and the Commanders, noting that while McLaurin compares his case to Steelers receiver DK Metcalf, Washington's pushing back, citing differences in age and contract expectations. Fellow fans, McLaurin's saga makes us weigh bold strategies against financial caution. This is a game played on and off the field, and every move demands a sharp eye for what's essential in chasing victory. What do you think the Vikings should do? And while you're mulling it over, brace yourselves, trade talks might be closer than you think. The tension's sky high when we talk about the quarterback spot for the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Howell, who was supposed to be a reliable backup, seems to have stumbled during practice, kicking off a fresh chapter of uncertainty for the team. Picture this, in just one frustrating practice session, Howell got yanked for quarterback Brett Ripien, signaling an urgent need for a shakeup under Kevin O'Connell's watch. Ben Gesling from the Star Tribune dives into this dilemma, framing Howell's recent struggles and pointing to a clear sign that the Vikings are actively hunting for a new option. His suggestion, the Raiders' Aiden O'Connell could be the key piece, emerging as an affordable, experienced option the Vikings desperately need. It'll keep being an active search, Gesling revealed on the Access Vikings podcast, and with the cost-benefit value O'Connell brings, it wouldn't be shocking if he landed in Minnesota, ready to be a game-changer. So who's Aiden O'Connell, and why does he make sense for the Vikings? Let's break it down. O'Connell's already proven he can start in the NFL, playing 17 games with 3,830 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. But he lost his starting spot to Geno Smith this offseason, dropping him to a backup role, a position the Raiders seem ready to reshape as they look ahead with rookie Cam Miller. The reality? O'Connell's being underused in Las Vegas, and the Raiders, signaling a long-term rebuild, might be open to a trade. The catch for the Vikings: landing O'Connell could cost more than expected, especially if the Raiders realize a proven budget-friendly quarterback is worth his weight in gold, literally. A potential trade would involve more than just Howell. The Vikings might need to toss in a future draft pick to get this deal off the ground before Week 1. This trade's all about doubling down on a more balanced, effective core to truly compete for a title. And as these talks unfold, the air's thick with possibilities. What kind of impact could Aiden O'Connell have on the Vikings' offensive scheme? But hold up, it doesn't stop there. Market analysts are linking the Vikings to a former Pro Bowl quarterback with a $28 million price tag. Sam Howell's situation just got juicier. The recent decision to swap him out for Brett Ripien during practice isn't just a hint, it's a loud signal that the Vikings are ready to revamp their quarterback depth before the season heats up. Constantly shuffling quarterback options is a classic Vikings move, a dance we've seen before. Ben Gaisling on the Star Tribune's Access Vikings podcast reminds us of Nick Mullins, picked up during the preseason 3 years ago and now a dependable QB2 for Minnesota. Now eyes are turning to a possibility that might make some fans cringe, bringing Kirk Cousins back into the fold. Yup, the idea of Cousins returning to the Vikings nest isn't off the table. It's not impossible, Gaisling says, pointing to the friendly ongoing connection between Cousins and coach Kevin O'Connell. Still, the thought of Kirk Cousins returning as a backup sparks both excitement and worry. He's a seasoned veteran, a four-time Pro Bowler who led the Vikings to the playoffs under O'Connell's play calling in 2022. But the concerns are real: his health, the steep cost of his contract, and how he'd fit into a locker room now led by young Jake McCarthy. Cousins is currently tied to a 4-year, $180 million deal with Atlanta, a jaw-dropping figure. But after a $10 million signing bonus from the Falcons, Cousins' remaining base salary might not be a total deal-breaker. If the Vikings were willing to take on about $10 million of that contract, it could make his return doable. It's not chump change, especially for a backup quarterback, but his experience and familiarity with Minnesota's offensive system could be priceless in a season primed for fierce competition. Clearly, all this quarterback shuffling has one goal: locking down the center of the field and making sure the Vikings aren't just contenders but legitimate title threats. After diving into trade possibilities and roster moves, we're left with a mix of nerves and hope. We're looking at changes that could reshape the team's strengths, whether it's adding a star like McLaurin, shoring up the quarterback spot with Aiden O'Connell, or bringing back a familiar veteran like Kirk Cousins. Honestly, let's hope it doesn't come to that last one. Every decision carries weight and strategy in gold, shaping the Vikings' immediate future. So tell me, which of these moves do you think will make the biggest splash in our chase for the title this season? So let's keep that energy going. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings. Let's go.